Radio Rahim here with the man himself, Don King, the living legend. You have put on so many legendary heavyweight boxing events in your career. How does this one match up against the greats?
This is going to be a great one because this is a return to glory. This is what you say, coming in, never say die attitude, being born again. This is like redemption. You know, when you seek your Savior and faith in your religion to your God, you know what I mean, you be redeemed, you know what I mean? And so you got to be able to say boxing has suffered, and we have shown the suffering, the anguish, the anxiety, you know, and the diminishing of fan attendance. Now we're redeeming ourselves, and we're coming back. It's an evolutionary process that makes things happen, and this is the beginning, a new beginning of the heavyweight division, now taking its rightful place in the great field of sports, the most coveted award in sports, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Now, it's true that the heavyweight division has suffered. There hasn't been an American heavyweight, I think, since Lehman Brewster to win the title. If you're able to reclaim the heavyweight title under your promotion, how will this era be different? How will Don King handle the heavyweight title?
It will happen because it will go around the world. I got presidents of the countries around the world wanting me to fight for peace. Right now they want, Iran has never accepted boxing in professional. Now they want to, we're talking about putting on a big heavyweight fight for peace, bringing Palestine, bringing Israel, bringing United States and Iran all together, you know what I mean, on Kish Island. You know what I mean? So we're going to see about that with new President Rouhani. He's coming with new ideas of how that we can have a reconciliation rather than a fight. I mean, so you got things that's happening there in the Middle East, in Qatar. They're talking there. They want to be able to deal with it. You're going to be able to bring fights all around the world, and that brings the excitement again when you are the world champion, to go back to Manila, to be able to extend that and go to all the different countries of the world, not just one backyard country or one front yard country, but a country where excitement is there, where you get a worldwide review. And that's what they say, world champion, not just this neighborhood champion. And so it's going to be a revolutionary thing. If we get that title back under my promotion, it will be something that you'll be able to bear witness to, the greatness of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That's what it is.
Don, you've compared Bermane Stiverne to Mike Tyson. Some people might see that as a stretch, but you know Bermane better than the rest of us. So tell me what similarities you see between Bermane Stiverne and Mike Tyson.
It is a stretch by any form of the imagination. Tyson was a more devastating guy. He came in the ring naked, just so to speak, no socks, no nothing. He just come in there. He came in to wreak havoc upon all of his opponents. Bermane has the same idea of inner characteristically steadfastness, you know, desire to win. And so after this fight, you'll be able to join me, you know, and after he got to be able to enhance all of these different ingredients, the embodiments of the sport. First of all, is the courage to be able to do it, and then to be able to have the skills to implement those skills into a dazzling affair like Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? And so when he said float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. And so you're going to see a sort of an embodiment of Ali and Tyson and all of them in there. So, but that's just like a kid. You got to be able to, you got to watch him grow and mature into his own. He has not come into his own yet, and this will be the big major step that will take him there, because once they crown him champion, then he has to emulate and imitate those of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
This is a rematch of these two fighters, so everyone's asking what they learned, how they're going to adjust for this second time out. But you, having been through the annals of history in boxing, this is also kind of a rebirth for you, if you can capture the heavyweight title again. We've compared Stiverne to Tyson. How would you, Don King, handle having the heavyweight title again with a fighter like Bermane Stiverne differently than the way you handle it with Mike Tyson?
Well, you know, he's be a people's champion. Mike Tyson was a people's champion because he came with the big punch, and they came to see what they wanted. It is not the longevity of a fight, it is the quality of a fight. That's what it's really about, you know what I mean? You can get as much out of one punch as you can get out of 12 grueling rounds. And I think that this is something that the public is, because I promote the people. I'm a promoter of the people, by the people, and for the people, and my magic lies in my people ties. I want to be able to stimulate and provoke the people into excitement to say, when is the next one? And those are the magical words of the sport of boxing. When is the next one? Not go out and say, oh man, that wasn't nothing, you know what I mean? This place is such a bad shape. This is this, that, and other. I don't deal with negativity. I deal with positiveness. And you know what I mean? Is the glass half empty or half full? I say it's half full. So you got to be able to deal with what is real. And with me and them working together for the benefit of the people, who are the most important. They are the ultimate. And when you be able to deal that where they will look in the mirror at themselves and vicariously transform themselves and say, I'm this, that, I'm the champion of whatever I'm doing. You know what I mean? Vicariously, as the champion is doing what he is, and begin to call out that name in silence, and then pretty soon it becomes audible, and then it becomes more audible. You know what I mean? As you be shaving, as you be talking, and it be conversations in the churches, in the pubs, you know what I mean, on the street, on the corner. Promote the people, and the people are the most important.
And lastly, Don, before I let you go, you know, we've lost Joe Frazier recently, but we've still got Muhammad Ali, we still got George Foreman, who I talked to recently, Mike Tyson, who I talked to recently, and you're kind of the linchpin that puts all these fighters together, Larry Holmes. Before it's all over with, before you finally retire, if that ever happens, do you have any intention of getting together with those guys, or in any kind of public way, and you, as you said, redemption, renewal, kind of resetting the table and clearing the air with some of our past heavyweight champions where you've been criticized before?
Oh, absolutely. Every one of them I'm going to have at the fight. Everyone that has an opportunity to clear their schedule, I want them to be here, because this is what it's really all about. That's yesterday. You know, this is today, and that will be prognosticating what the future will be tomorrow. You know what I mean? So let them come and help to be able to redeem their sport, the dedication and commitment, the hard work and the ever vigilance that they put in to make this what it is today. So it's yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and that's what we're going to be working with, and they are an integral part of everything we do. I love them. George Foreman signed 7 blank sheets of paper and then lived up to them. No one can ever tell me anything about George Foreman. I love the man. Muhammad Ali was with me. I started with him from the very beginning, fighting 5 guys in Cleveland to stand up for our rights, to give us an opportunity as African Americans to be able to be treated as human beings. You know what I mean? And so these guys dedicated and committed themselves to change, and change as came about, but it's now only more sophisticated, because it's just as large and strong as it is today as it was yesterday. It's just more sophisticated under different facades and guises. We got to break that barrier down and make things happen like it's supposed to happen, living up to those words of one land indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's make it come true. A new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Let's make that happen, and add to that all men, all women, because half of the population is women, and we lose that half by mistreating them. So half of the vote is really not being governed by the consent of the governed, because we don't give that right, that woman, an opportunity to be a full participant in a human being, and she give birth to the nation from her loins, spring nation time. So we got to make it happen, man.
Thank you, Don. Radio Rahim with boxing history. Don King.